Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and officially the last episode of the E9 build, and I'm about to reveal the car to you guys, but if you guys want to see more, stay tuned. So guys, just to give you a bit of perspective, initially when we made the decision to build a car for the UK, we had a few options. If you guys remember, the cars that you guys selected was Gamla GP, which is the 635, Celeb GP, the Banfind IS, and also the E9. Now the decision we took was to build the E9 purely because it had the least amount of work, or at least that's what we thought, guys. So with this journey, initially the car was just supposed to get a set of BBS wheels. We were supposed to do interior, air ride suspension and front spoiler. However, when we started building the car, we started to find that there were a lot of hidden surprises in the car, especially with the paintwork and the rust. So in essence, we had to give the car a complete paint job, which is something I did not expect. Now let me put you guys into perspective. So our normal working hours are from 8:30 in the morning till 5:30. So in order for us to make this build possible, I actually needed to dedicate some time so we could actually do the build. In order for that to happen, we needed to work on this car after hours. So around about 6 o'clock, I would take a team of guys and we'd sit here till about 10 o'clock, 10:30 every day, trying to finish up this car. Our issue came in when the load shedding schedule changed and we couldn't work during the load shedding. So we would technically sit with our cell phone torches and we'd try and work on the car and get it done.
They tryna see me down. I'll keep on dropping the tune. Your stairs and cheers and job. Spelling sapuna the mile.
Okay, now I'm going to take you guys through just quickly what we did on the car. So initially we weren't going to paint the car and we were only going to do the front spoiler. However, when we stripped the front spoiler or when we started to work on the front, we actually found that there was a lot of body filler, as you guys can see in the pictures here. And that led me to believe that, you know what, this car's paintwork is not so lacquer. Let's do some more investigation. Now rust is bad. We're going for Europe and the UK's biggest automotive show. This is a representation of South Africa. It doesn't make sense to have a killer interior, a killer set of wheels, and your paintwork looks like crap. So we made the decision to do a blow-over respray. However, when we started stripping, we found that the complete bottom sills were rotten. We found that the driver's side floor well had a hole, like literally you could put your foot out of the car and you could do like Fred Flintstone and stop the car with your feet realistically. So that was a problem for me. That put a lot of pressure on us purely because we didn't have the time to do the paint job. So what do? Do we give up on the project or do we soldier on? So we decided that we're going to pull a little bit more later shifts and we're going to come in every Sunday up until the car is done and allocate time to the car. So we took the car right down, removed all the previous terrible work, and we did a complete cut, weld, a replacement of the rust, and primed the car. And then I decided, okay, cool. Do we stick with the original color or do we maybe change it up and go with a different color? Now, while all this was happening, the interior color was chosen, the wood was sent off to get hydro-dubbed. So we already made a decision on the interior color. So our options for choosing an exterior color was limited.
Smash.
I thought it'll be a cool idea if we give the car a modern feel. So these cars initially came out with 2K paint, most of the modern cars came out with base coat, clear coat. So we then decided to go with the base coat, clear coat option. However, we took the color and we added a little bit of a pearl in it to give it a bit more of a show effect. And I've mentioned this before, when we do paint base coat, clear coat, because we build a lot of show cars and classic cars, we add an extra layer of clear coat. So the car's got 4 layers of clear coat, purely because the car will be attending a lot of shows. And every time you are detailing the car, you actually cut into a bit of the layer of the clear coat. So to prolong the car's shine and to prolong the paint work, that's why we added the extra clear coat. So that's a tip for you guys when you are actually painting your car and you are intending to take your car for car shows. Personally, I love the color. I think the color is insane. I wish you guys could get the full effect as to how it looks with the lights popping. But all the guys in the UK watching, you guys will see this car at Gravity. And when the car comes back, guys, I definitely want to do a few more shows locally because a lot of people have been going crazy for this car. A lot of people want to see this car. So I hope you guys get to see it in person soon. Now, luckily for us, the beadings on the car was in good condition. So I didn't have a stress on the beading. But something that did stress me out, guys, was we had a bit of an issue with the chroming on the bumper. So because time was against us, when we sent the bumper for chroming, the bumper got 2 dents. We then sent it back for chroming and the guys forgot to fix the dents and sent us the bumper back with it being obviously not fixed. So you could actually see the dents on the car. We had to make a plan to knock the dents out, and we used a cheat way, which is not the way I suggest. We used the spray chrome just to touch up the areas where it actually was dented. It's not noticeable, but it is noticeable if you get what I'm saying, if you have an eye like Chip. Another issue we faced as well was the center grille.
That's why I keep on grinding out hard. Man, I promise I'll never lose that out. Cause I'll never make this illusion and love shit out.
So this is the original grille sent in for chroming. Unfortunately, throughout the chroming process, the grille got damaged, and it was impossible for us to mount the grille and get the grille flat. Now the situation we sit with is, guys, we're in South Africa. To find E9 parts are almost impossible. So luckily Uncle Frank, I mentioned him before, Uncle Frank's got some parts. So I called Uncle Frank, told him, listen, I feel like crying because the grille is stuffed. Uncle Frank went through his stash and he managed to find us a second-hand grille. Now there is a difference between the grille. So I want to share some knowledge with you guys. So the E3 and the E9 is very similar. The headlight grills fit, the headlights fit, and the center grille fits. The difference between an E3 and an E9, especially this model E9, and I'll tell you guys in a bit why this car is so special. The E9 grille has got the 5-fin grille. The E3 grille and some of the E9s have the 4-fin grille. This is your most sought after grille, which is not available in SA. There is a company in Europe that sells it, but the grille, if you convert it from euros to rands, costs somewhere around 11,000 to 12,000 just for a center grille. So obviously we didn't have time, so the E3 grille will do for now. My intention is to fix the original grille, but that will do when the car comes back. I also own an E3 Jelly Bean. I don't talk much about it because I don't bond with that car, I don't know, for some reason. But the original grills on the E9 was stuffed. So I used the grills from the E3, and you guys will notice something else, and I think possibly this is the only E9 in the world. We managed to do a conversion on the E30 headlights, so you guys know I'm an E30 fan. So we managed to fit E30 headlights on the E9, more so the smiley headlights. So like I said, this is possibly the only E9 in the world with a set of E30 smiley lights. And I had to put something of an E30 here, guys. You know how I am. So that is something that I love. What do you guys think? Do you guys like it? Do you think it looks cool? And then obviously the spoiler. Throughout the previous videos, you guys would have seen the modifications needed to be done. I love the front end. I love the look. One of my favorite old school BMWs. It's a dream car to own. More so, it's a dream car to have bagged, and this being the only one in Africa. But enough of the front end. Let me take you guys to the engine bay and show you guys the magic. Now, this being a show car and us going to represent our country, we needed to give the engine bay some bling. So most of the parts that we could strip without having to strip the complete engine was sent in for powder coating and chroming. A trick I always say, if you want to get your engine bay to look nice, it's a good thing to change the small stuff like all the water pipes, the clamps, the nuts, etc. It just gives the engine bay a little bit more show. So that was the whole idea, was to tie in with the old school look and have some chrome in the engine bay. If we had more time, I would have gladly pulled the motor out and I would have painted the motor and the gearbox, but we didn't have time. We were playing against time because of the respray. So we did the best with the time we had. I want to show you guys a cool trick as well. I've got this trick in Puta. So every battery looks crap. And we thought of how can we make the battery bay look better. So we actually stitched a battery cover in the same color as the interior and changed the terminals as well, just to give it a little bit of show and to, I don't know what you guys think. Do you guys like it? I like it. I think it looks cool. It looks like a vanity case. If you're young, you don't know what a vanity case is. If you grew up in my era, you know what a vanity case is. So engine bay sorted. Now let's move to the next part, which is the BBS wheels, which I'm dying to explain to you guys about. Guys, now we come to one of my favorite parts of the car, which is the wheels. So we've got an original set of BBS RS wheels, and initially it was 16-inch. So you have two options. You can either import the hardware because it's a split wheel. Import the hardware so you can make the dishes bigger, you can bring the inside of the barrel smaller. But you guys know we were against time. So I phoned up High-Tech, told them about the project. High-Tech was more than happy to get on board. And guys, personally, I think they're the best in the wheel game. The way they built the wheel, the time frame, and also the fact that they allowed us to measure and make changes to the wheel. You don't get service like that in this country. So the front wheel is a 16-inch step to a 17-inch. Now because of the offset on these cars, the wheel sits very close to the strut. So we needed to get the wheel to look like it's got big dishes, but in essence it's not a very wide wheel. So the front is 7J. 7J, guys, is very narrow. But you'll be fooled by thinking that it's a bigger wheel purely because of the way the dishes are. So front is 7J. I'm running a 165/35 17-inch tire, which is a very small tire. However, had I put a bigger tire on this car, it would have caught against the strut. So we didn't want that, so we went with the smaller tire. Now, the car is low. I did get the car lower. The problem is when you get the car lower, you affect your driving height. So because the spoiler is such a big spoiler and we have terrible roads in SA, I didn't want to struggle to break the spoiler when I'm driving or going over a speed bump. So the guys at Airlux Suspension who sponsored the kit for us, they actually put a nice spacer in about that size to get us to have a bit more of a drivable ride height. So I'm happy with the way it is. It's practical, it looks cool, the car looks lower. So that's the wheels. I want to take you guys now to the back and I want to show you guys how cool the back wheels is. But before I go there, shout out to BMW South Africa and Nishad from BMW Sandton for hooking us up with a new set of fender grills and a new set of indicator lights. It looks awesome, guys. Like all the small bits come together and it just makes the car look more complete. Let me take you guys to the back. Again, same issue, offset. So we couldn't run a very broad wheel. So the spec on the wheel is 16-inch step to 8J with 3-inch dishes. So you'll be fooled by thinking that this wheel is very broad, but in essence it's not broad. It was built to look like it's broad, and it was also built to get the car to tuck lower. I love it. I think it's insane. I would like to change 2 things on the wheel, but unfortunately there was no time. So I want to upgrade the studs to gold studs, and I want to put a center lock nut which is gold just to tie in with the interior. But honestly, this is my dream wheel on an E9. I think it's a perfect wheel. What do you guys think? Are you guys happy with it? Do you like it? Do you think I could have put a better wheel, or what do you guys say? Now, initially we were caught between what were we going to do with the boot, because the boot is quite big, it's quite plain. So when we decided to do the install, we wanted to do something neat and classy to tie in with the rest of the car. So we've got the hardline set up, again sponsored by Airlux, shout out to you guys. So we've got the single tank with the dual compressor setup and your hardline setup here. And then that's basically what's in this boot. Now, in order to give it a bit of show, my champions from Sound, Kwaito and Leonard, built a lacquer floorboard with our sponsor's name, side panels, BMW logo in the center, just to give it a little bit of show. And a cool thing as well is the idea is that the boot must be a talking point. So as you guys can see, I love the slogan. It's something that we came up with last minute. Built in Germany, perfected in South Africa, Chicanos Customs. I think this car definitely says it all. It also showcases the talent of South Africa. We've got a lot of talented people, and it also gives my guys an opportunity to showcase their talent. So the boot install is very, very simple. That was the whole idea and the concept behind it, and also to tie in with the interior, which is the next part I'm going to take you guys to. Guys, now we come to, I don't want to say it, but this is possibly one of my favorite pieces of the car, because if I say it's my favorite, paint shop will get upset, sound will get upset, mechanical will get upset. So it's one of my favorite pieces of the car, is the interior. I personally think that this is by far the best interior we've done to date. And initially when we were choosing the color, and I say we because you guys were part of it as well, it was hard to understand the effect that the interior will have on the car. But now that you see it, you get an idea why interior colors are so important to the exterior of your car. So the seats were retrimmed in a Piccadilly Cognac like you guys chose, but the whole idea was to get this interior to look classy and expensive and look factory. So seats were trimmed, door panels were trimmed, also we did a matching carpet, we did a matching suede. Now the key to this is initially the interior was grey and the wood was light. We went with the opposite. So the good folks at Plasma Graphics, I do a lot of work with them. They actually redipped all the wooden panels in a darker wood to contrast the light interior color. Just to show you guys as well, we have gone extremely detailed on the interior. So you'll see that the handbrake is stitched, the seat belt stalks are stitched. We've got the original Alpina steering wheel that was hand stitched as well. We've got the Bosch kit that was stitched, hand stitched as well. So every possible part that we could hand stitch and stitch was done. And I love it, guys. I don't think we could have done better. I think it looks insane. And I don't know any other E9 that's on this level and so detailed. But what do you guys think? Do you guys love it? Do you guys think the darker would have looked nicer? I personally, I think it's perfect the way it is. So yeah. Now we're come to the end of this amazing video in this journey, but I've got to give credit. I don't know if you guys met him before, but you guys would have seen him on the Instagram live. He's always the guy running around and sorting stuff out. Every shop owner needs a right-hand man. This is Mohammed Mia. What he's done for me in the short time that he's been here, he's been amazing. He's made my life easier in this business, and I'm glad to have him on board. So Mia, how are you?
Good, and you? I'm tired. Yeah,
You look
tired, stressed. I mean, I've got maybe about 10 knots in my back. So I think next week we both need to maybe go for a massage,
Definitely.
cool off, have some nice hot tea, and yeah, take it easy.
Definitely. So your opinion, did we make the right choice?
Yes, I think we definitely made the right choice. I know we did have the idea of painting the car black.
Yeah.
But I think it comes back to originality and creativity,
Perfect.
not copying somebody's ideas,
Yes.
and doing what you feel is right.
100%.
And I think we definitely made the right decision not painting the car black,
Nice.
and painting it in this color.
Nice.
This color is absolutely insane. It's for me, it's a combination of purple and red. So purple is associated with royalty,
Nice.
and red is associated with power. And I think we've done the best to bring this combination to you guys.
Nice. I like
and
that.
everybody in the UK, you guys are gonna be amazed when you see this color in this car.
We hope so. We hope so. What's your favorite part about the car?
I think definitely the interior. Yeah,
Nice.
the interior. I had doubts about the color because I'm a very plain guy. I like
Yeah.
black and white, but it screams class.
Nice.
It screams
nice.
class, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, Rasta's head is gonna get big now because
Yeah,
you said
yeah, yeah.
interior. The
For
other
sure.
guys are gonna get jealous.
No, but collectively as a team, it's a great effort, and it just shows what you can do if you have everybody with one single mindset and everybody's working in cohesion with one another.
That's how greatness is achieved, guys. You gotta be in unity. And what was your biggest lesson on this car? What did you learn out of this whole process?
I think like to get an end result, the amount of work that has to be put into something.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the video that Caritas took of you
Yes,
when you were
yeah,
in
I
the
was
car.
stressing.
Yeah, in the car with the interior strip.
Yeah.
And even how the car looked at that point,
Yeah.
you would never think that in
This was the
in a
end
couple of
result.
weeks that we could get to this. Yeah.
No lekker, bruh. Thank you so much for everything that you do. I appreciate it. And I'm glad you're my right-hand man, even though you're standing on the left-hand side of me. But it is a left-hand drive car, so yeah. So guys, this is Mia, right-hand man. So anytime you guys want anything at Chicanos, this is the go-to guy. I'm just here to take pics with people and show people what to do, but Mia is actually the guy that handles stuff here. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate it. You've been awesome.
No, 100%. And even from my side, I want to thank you for everything that you've done for me and the type of person that you showed me that you are. And you're a very straightforward person and a very honest and loyal person, and I think that's very, very important.
Perfect.
And we're going to take this company to new heights.
Nice, I like that.
Unimaginable.
And just by the way, Mia is not getting paid to say any of this stuff, guys, just in case you're wondering. Sharp.
100%.
We've come to the end of the E9 build. It's been a challenging journey. It's been an honor building this car and being invited to this car show and being able to represent South Africa and showcase South African talent. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing, liking, sharing, and encouraging us along this build and along the channel. It's been a rocky ride with this channel, and we try our best to improve. So a special shout out to all you guys, all you subscribers, all you fans. We love you guys. Without you guys, this would not have been possible. And thank you for all your suggestions on the car. You guys must feel proud of yourself because you guys are part of this journey that we are taking to the UK. So you must give yourself a pat on your back because you guys deserve it. A special shout out to all our sponsors. Thank you so much for all that you guys have done and coming on board. It's really been a pleasure working with you guys, and I hope that I can repay you guys in some way. And of course, we can't forget our champs that are commenting and interacting. You guys are legends. But don't stress, guys. We've got one final episode on the E9 dropping next week, where we are going to show you guys the process it took to load the car, the stress, the frustration of getting the car on the container. So stay tuned for next week's episode. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You guys are awesome.